Hey everybody, how's it going? I hope you're having a lovely day. Today I'd like to answer a question that I received from an audience member because I believe it's a genuinely good question, and I hope that people at Apple are actually watching this video. This email goes as follows. Hi Lewis, I've been watching your content for many years, and I noticed that you tend to have an anti-Apple bias. I wonder why. I'm curious, if they were actually to make their products in a manner that allowed you to be able to repair them, would you still be anti-Apple, or would you be open to working with them and being nicer to them in the future? This is an excellent question. You can actually find the answer to this question 4 years ago when the Apple Independent Repair Provider Program came out. When Apple released the Independent Repair Provider Program, I released this video that 4 years later, my audience still clowns me about every effing day. Congratulations, Apple, for doing a good thing. Apple helps independents buy OEM parts. The thumbnail of this video is Thank You Apple, turning over a new leaf. In this video, I'm discussing the Apple Independent Repair Provider Program, which will allow repair shops like mine to be able to purchase parts, get access to documentation, and be able to fix their products. Even though the program had no details released yet, I assumed the best of Apple, and I assumed that regardless of any of the stuff they've done for the past 10 to 15 years that has always been anti-repair, that people can always change. I always tried to assume the best going forward so that anybody within the company that may have been sympathetic to our industry, sympathetic to our needs, would not feel demotivated to actually try. And in this video, obviously, again, my audience completely clowned me because they released a program that, in my opinion, was utter garbage. I went over why this program is garbage in this video. Lewis dismantles Apple's PR stunt repair program. I went over that here. Apple's repair program is a sham. I go over that here. The lower rungs in the economic ladder are gone, where I'm going over the parts that we no longer get access to, even if you do sign up for this program. I go over that here, where there's chips that we cannot get access to in these programs. Here I'm talking about a customer that wanted to leave me a 1-star review because I wasn't able to get access to what I needed to fix his product. And I had a phone call with him after this video was done, and he still didn't trust me. His words, not mine. Apple has said that they have released all of the stuff in the Independent Repair Provider Program. If you're not fixing my device, you must be lying because you don't want to help me, because Apple claims they've made everything available. Needless to say, this program that I was congratulating Apple for releasing in this video and happy to turn over a new leaf on was a complete slap in the face. It was put there preemptively to try and get in front of right to repair legislation and be there to tell legislators, look, we already have self-repair. We already have independent repair provider programs. You don't need to legislate any of this. Just go away and let us continue to do what we do, which is print money by getting people to buy new products and not supporting third parties and fixing them. However, if Apple were to actually make a concerted effort, I would be more than happy to sing their praises for their repair programs if they actually wanted to work with the independent community and with people that wanted to be able to fix their products. I have no problem turning over a new lease. Again, I've been on this channel for 8 years now going overall. In this video here, I'm talking about how you used to get access to very, very detailed diagnostic tools, and now you literally get an error code that shows up in the computer that tells you to take it to an authorized service center. I'm more than happy to let bygones be bygones if all of this stops. Again, stuff like not allowing an independent repair shop to replace the sleep sensor, like this, if all of this were to stop, if we were to be able to come to an impasse, I would be more than happy to sing the praises of whoever works at Apple that would have made it possible for us to be able to work on their products again. What makes me passionate about this field is seeing the look on customers' faces when I'm able to recover data that was not synced to iCloud. I like being able to save somebody money that thinks they have that pit in their stomach stress. They think that they just lost $3,000 and they actually just have to pay a $200 or $300 speeding ticket to the technician that fixes their problem rather than go straight to jail and buy a new MacBook. I like seeing people that tell me I used to work at Walmart and make minimum wage. Now I have my own business and I'm making good money and I can support myself and my family off of fixing things. This makes me happy. Spreading the craft of repair makes me happy. Getting people to contribute guides to my nonprofit's website so people can fix things even if they don't have full expertise, and getting them up to speed on that expertise makes me happy. I want to see more people enter the field. This is not just about some war, Lewis versus Apple. I want to see actual, honest-to-God, positive change. And if there are people that work at Apple that are open to just extending even the tiniest of olive branch to show that they're not screwing with us anymore, I would happily take all of the content that I do on this channel talking about their design flaws year after year after year and their anti-repair practices. I would push it aside and make way for a new, happy, collaborative future. I'd even be open to working with how they can improve any of their own internal repair programs so that they can work better and service their customers better. I appreciate what the craft has done for me, and my way of giving back would be making sure that everybody who has their device fixed, whether by Apple, another independent, themselves, or by me, has an excellent experience, and I would be more than happy to contribute to that in any way possible. I personally find it ridiculous that we're literally almost 11 years into this, and I am actually less able to get access to parts now than I was in the past. Again, in this video, I'm going over the parts that used to be available damn near 10 years ago that are not available now. My website for my own business has pages that I've had since 2009 on archive.org that I've updated to say, sorry, I can't get these parts. I can't help you, when 10 years ago I could, when I was working in a park. It is kind of ridiculous at this point, and I'm honestly at the point where I genuinely don't care about all the animosity. I genuinely don't care for the showing up to legislatures. I genuinely feel like, and I mean this in the most grateful way possible. I realize it's going to sound ungrateful. This is going to sound off, but I mean it in the best way possible. I don't want to wait to do this video until I figure out the right way to say it. Like the seeming waste involved. And like, again, I have a nonprofit that has taken donations from the audience, and I genuinely appreciate every single one of those donations. You could see how I use them here. But like the mere fact that I'm using donations to pay lobbyists, to show up to state houses, to do all this stuff so that like some kid where I was 15 years ago who wants to start his own business can get access to a charging chip. It just seems so like, why can't we be friends kind of thing, you know? Like, I'm really at that whole why can't we be friends part of it. Again, we've gotten a bill passed in Minnesota. We got a bill passed in New York, even though it's kind of BS. We're going to get a bill passed in California and a few other states in the next 2 years. I guarantee it. But at the end of the day, it's so much fighting. It's so much wasted resources. Like, how much money is Apple giving to attorneys and people that have nothing to do with making the products better? How much money that I've collected from my own audience is going to lobbyists and grassroots activists? And again, I'm sure they're good people. I'm sure some of them at least are good people. Well, again, lobbyists, who the fuck knows? But my point here, like, it's just, I just want to spend time fixing stuff. And I just want to spend time making it easier for other people to fix stuff. And I want customers to get things back that work again in the easiest manner possible. And I want them to have choices on who can do that work. And just when I look through these spreadsheets and I just see like 10,000 of this lobbyist, 20,000 of this lobbyist, 30,000 of this lobbyist, it just seems so. And again, to be clear, I'm not ungrateful for everybody who gave to my nonprofit 2 years ago. Thank you. But it just seems like so much fighting and so much. Why can't we just be friends? So yeah, I would really say that. To answer your question, which I think is a good one, you could just listen to how I sounded in this video 4 years ago. I am always willing to turn over a new leaf, and I'm always willing to assume the best of somebody, even if it's somebody who has wronged me, even if it's somebody who I have a very contentious relationship with, and I'm always willing to move the ball forward. All we want are the ability to get schematics through you rather than having to pirate them through VinaFix or Notebook Schematics or some other website. When the computer's out, not having to wait forever. All we want is the ability to go to Mouser.com or DigiKey or any sort of chip distributor and be able to request, can we buy this charging chip? Can we buy this backlight driver? Things like that, so that we can do very basic repairs. We don't even want you to make the parts available. We would just simply like the ability to go to an LG broker or an AU Optronics broker and buy the thing that I'm holding in my hand in this horrible frame that I decided to freeze it on so that we can do the repairs. I'm not even asking you to stock the part. Just let them know that they can sell to a small number of people, even if you don't want them selling to everybody, that can then resell to everybody else. I don't mind if I got to buy the thing through Asset Genie or ScreenCountry.com or something like that. I'm not asking you to stock everything because I realize that's a pain in the ass. I'm not even asking you to sell to me. Just stop going out of your way to make every single part unavailable. Like that's all we ask. That's all that most of the repair industry asks. And at the end of the day, if you do that, I will happily sing your praises as I did 4 years ago before I realized that you tricked me. And I'll forget that you tricked me. I'm a forgiving guy. I really am. That's it for today. And as always, I hope you learned something. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye now. For those of you wondering why this is here, I had a scanner that I used to have on a little table over there that I got rid of. It's in the other room now. I noticed that I literally never use the scanner except for one purpose. The only time I use the scanner is when I get fines from New York State. Not kidding. Like literally the only time I use this scanner is for fines from New York State. And so I just decided to put it in the closet and be done with it because it was just taking up space for no reason. And I thought I would stop getting fines from New York State because I don't have a business there anymore. But apparently I still get fines from them. This here is a letter from the Texas State Comptroller that I'm going to open that is going to tell me that my nonprofit is now essentially registered in Texas. I've filed all the surrender paperwork for my nonprofit in New York, so I don't have a nonprofit in New York anymore. But that's not going to stop them from fining me for things that I did not do, which may be the content of a new video very soon. That's it for today, and as always, I hope you learned something. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye now.